portfolios that I have. So we're going to use kind of just methodically go through. If you have watched this beginning part, you are watching on the replay. So please put hashtag replay. And pretty quickly here, if you are coming on in, make sure you do all the things, right? Even if you're watching on the replay, make sure you do all these things for me. I'm not going to say it, right? It helps me out whenever you comment and do this, right? So I appreciate all of your support in that respect. So anyway, I don't know. It feels kind of muggy. I don't know. Maybe it's just my cold. I think though after this event, I might be needing the. Oh, that's electricity. That's not good. We just lost electricity. Came back on, thankfully. I'm gonna turn on the ring light again. I'm glad you stayed. If you're coming in, make sure you say hello. Tell me, how is your weather? We have thunder outside, which seems to be... No, don't end stream. Yay, we're live. Finally, it took almost a minute for it to say, I don't know if I was live or it's just spinning and spinning. So we are live. My name is Dory Jo Stowell on Facebook, and I have, this is my crafting channel, Prairie Scraps, both on YouTube and on Facebook. I do have a VIP group on Facebook. You're welcome to join. It is called Prairie Scraps Chalkin'. You can either find it or comment that you would like a VIP link. Just put VIP and I will help you out with that. I'm putting this is a sticky mat, which is going not so sticky very much lately because it is getting a lot of use these days, right? And it's made for using with our ink. Ooh, that was lightning right here. That was kind of crazy. That was thunder right here after the lightning. It's going to be an interesting day, I can already tell. This was not going like this at all today. Seemed pretty decent outside. Didn't seem like it was going to be toddler, youth. Of course, I can't find my... Where has my alignment tool gone, right? Where could it be? Huh. Boy, I have got like just a ton of... I'm like digging through here. Usually I just throw it in here. Maybe I didn't this last time. Sit down on the floor. I just am not seeing it today. Maybe we'll use a youth one. Just to try to find the center. I have a youth one. This comes in a 4-pack. There's like a newborn, a toddler, a youth. I'm sure it's here. I would never get rid of it, right? Anyway, so I was going through my inventory. I think I have about 17 t-shirts made. So I don't know how many I have left to do yet. I kind of sorted through them. I definitely purchased t-shirts that, number one, we had requests for, and number two, that just trying to get this in the center. I know. I should have a measuring tape or something, but you know, why bother? Just want to get it in the middle. And the biggest thing I use these alignments for is finding the center and then putting the top edge of it on this. So I just try to find what looks like straight. So I'm always worried about having it straight. All right. This is an extra large. I think I might just start out kind of simple. I love this one though. Maybe I'm going to do the imperfectly perfect. Perfectly imperfect. I haven't even used this one yet. I don't know. It wasn't my favorite, but then when I was posting it last week, like which one would you choose? A lot of people were choosing Imperfectly Perfect, I guess. I think that was the one. Maybe it was in the last set. I don't know. It was the least likely, it seemed to me, in my opinion. So we're going to give it a go. This, if you would like the materials for this particular project, just go ahead and put loud, because this is called Exist Loudly. All right. I think I'm just going to start out with just plain white. I like it. That way it could be male or female. Doesn't matter which it is. Maybe it's your lucky day because my throat is hurting. You can go from side to side to measuring it because it feels like it's this way. But I measured up here. I'm not using my scissors. Aren't you proud of me? When Amber watches this, she'll have to be very proud of me. I'm going to go with it, I think. Sometimes I think the hardest thing about doing t-shirts really is the fact that t-shirts are not made equally. They are not. It's coming out a little bit to the right. So I'm going to just move it over. And now I lost my middle with this. Kind of moved. She was giving me a hard time about not having a ruler. Just going to go a little to the, let's see. Looks a little, I don't know. All right, make sure all your wrinkles are out of your t-shirt. It's going to be easy peasy. Oh, my hubby is home, maybe. He's going to be taking the girls tonight for 4-H. That should be fun for him. Fashion board they are both on now. Just kind of fun. I'm going to use a small squeegee for this one because it'll go quick. You don't have to work super quick with the t-shirts because it doesn't matter if the ink dries in the silk. It'll still come off just fine. It won't change it. When we use chalk, we want to work a little quicker because it can dry in the transfer. These are reusable silk transfers, so we can use them over and over and over and do more and more t-shirts. What do you think? Do you like the perfectly imperfect is what it says. Do you like that saying? I don't know. It's weird. For me, I guess I try to resist saying perfect because nobody can be perfect, right? And it's hard for me because I am kind of a perfectionist. I work really hard I'm going to fix something if it's not perfect. No, if it's not exactly how I want it. Oh, and there's even a piece of hair going across it. It did just fine. I don't know if I'll show you this. There's like a piece of hair there. Can you see that stuck to the back? My hair. Try to get that off because I was thinking about using this again. Doing 2 t-shirts with the same thing with white. I keep trying to decide like what's the best way to sell t-shirts that I've inked. I think I'm gonna post them. I'm gonna get a little bit on me when I was messing around with that. I think I'm gonna put them on. I've got like an overhead tent. It's supposed to be in the 90s this weekend, you guys. We have not had the 90s at all. At all. Isn't that crazy? It has been like at the most 73, 75, maybe. There it is. Perfectly imperfect. Isn't that nice? Just turned out so nice. We'll make sure that's not ink. I'm going to take the mat out of here. I think we'll go on and just make another one. So it's hard because I don't want to take up like a whole table with just t-shirts. And I know that if you, I'm going to set this to the side, be kind of systematic today. I know that if you like put them all folded on a table, people are just going to take it, unfold them. That's just what's going to happen. Looks like I got a little nick of white there. I'm going to make sure it's off. Okay. And I leave these for 24 hours to dry. And then I come back with a piece. Hey, Abby, good to see you. Piece of parchment paper. And let it heat set it with, I'm going to use a double X. Heat set it with an iron. That's what I'm going to do. On a piece of parchment paper, not a peach. All right, this is another one. I just got my t-shirts at a craft store. They were on sale. It's a pretty good deal. If you see something that I'm making in a size you want, just go ahead and contact me right away. I will happily ship it to you. I'm going to be selling them for $15. So I think that's a fair price. It would just be $15 plus shipping if I had to ship it to you. If you're local, we could just arrange to exchange it. So I'm going to do the same one twice here. Perfectly imperfect. I can't say it. I keep saying imperfectly perfect. Nobody is perfect. Nothing is perfect. I try not to use the word perfect in my studio because I find that kids like kind of freak out about trying to be perfectionists already. So it's not a good thing to encourage them to be perfectionists. All right. I don't know where my alignment tool went. Who knows? So my cold is bad enough. I decided to go ahead and cancel piano lessons tomorrow, which makes me sad. I didn't want to. You know, when you're self-employed, you don't get paid if you don't work. For sure. It's a sure thing. It's about the only sure thing in working for yourself is that you don't get paid if you don't work. If you don't put in the work, you don't get paid. So, all right, we're going to get this. Oh, I could use some placement tape maybe and keep it there. So, this tag doesn't even look like it's in the middle, to be honest. It's kind of hard to line up to tags. I've just lined it up side to side with, I'm going to tape it down. I lined it up side to side with the seams on the arms. Tape it down. All right. Do that one again. I'll show you how you can use these twice, which I love. The fact that you can. Just going to, the only thing is you really got to be careful about, you can't put it down, lift it up, put it down, because you don't want to smear ink all over. You just kind of want to place it, stick with it. No fussing around the second time. Just want to make sure it gets, this is where it's going to get a little dirty because I'm going to put my fingers through somewhat wet. It's not really all that wet. And when you peel it off, that ink perfectly stays, not perfectly, nothing's perfect, but it stays on the shirt and it soaks in. So like washing and drying is not going to affect this whatsoever. You don't have to wash it inside out or anything like that. You just need to heat set it and then you'll be ready to go. All right, we're going to use that white ink again, bright white, probably our #1 used ink. I haven't done as many t-shirts until recently because we haven't really had a lot of transfers that were specific for t-shirts, but now we have a couple of different choices actually which is nice. I just can't with this t-shirt though. Perfectly imperfect, it says. Like I said, I tend to be a perfectionist, so it's something that's very much on my mind, and I try very hard not to pass that on to my piano students by not using the word perfect, because I don't want them to get the impression they have to be perfect. I want them to learn to be okay with mistakes, that really there is nothing perfect. Everything beautiful is not perfect, not even flowers, right? And nature, if you look at nature, it's not perfect. Hey, Sheila, good to see you. Glad you're here. Make sure you do all the things. Did I put it back where it belongs? Right there. We're making t-shirts. This is t-shirt number 2, and we are in 15 minutes, which is pretty good. Keeping it simple by using just one color is part of the thing that really makes it great. Now, I'm not gonna. You could decide to do a third one if you wanted, but I can tell you from experience that the third one doesn't always work as well. So I'm just going to go in twos today. I'm going to take this off, and I'll show you that one. T-shirt number 2. This one's a double X. Is that cute? Could be for a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. We actually had quite a few when we did flannels. We had a lot of requests for double extra large. So I wanted to get some double extra larges there. So anyway, we have a tent that we put up, and then tables, and we've got some bookshelves and racks and things. I don't know if that's, I think it's just, I want to make sure that wasn't any ink that got on there. Try to fold this up. There we go. Isn't that cute? It's not folded exactly centered, so don't don't think that I got it off to the side. I did pretty good, I think. Could put it at an angle just so you think it's imperfectly perfect. Perfectly imperfect. All right, so I'm not wanting to stack these at all, get these into each other. I go live every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 4 p.m. Mondays, I do just whatever happens to be on my heart to do. I got 2 gray ones. So we could do, let's do our sarcasm one. I love this one. I get lots of comments about my sarcasm t-shirt because I made one for myself. I love it. Let's get this back over here. The reason I wash this off in between uses is because I don't want that ink to stick to on the inside of the shirt. And it will go through if you don't have anything there. So you can either get one of our mats, or you can use a piece of cardboard if you want to use that, or like the Cricut mat. It's like a Cricut mat. It is sticky. Mine is definitely getting less and less. Excuse me. Pictures on Prairie Scrap so that you can see it. So make sure that you like the page. I've been getting lots of traction on my page, so it helps me if you can like. The more people, there's lots of ways you can help me out. That's one of them. Do all the things, sprinkle it out, share the love. And if you want to shop, just go ahead and put shop down below, and I can get you a link for shopping in my website. All right. Next up, we're going to, I do like to line it up there, but see if we can find the center again. This is the one. Oh, that one's way off. A little bit. It's amazing, like just a little bit of moving. I think it just got, I don't know. This is where I kind of eyeball it to make it look straight on the t-shirt too. If I can make this bottom edge straight, that means that I can line up the the transfer straight too. All right, so we're going to use the sarcasm one. I love this one. In fact, I was wearing my t-shirt that said sarcastic, and at Costco one day, the last time we went to Costco, and the guy that was checking us out said, "Oh my goodness, like that's the second shirt I've seen like that today." But it was a like a vinyl one. So this is a popular one, and I'm hoping somebody will enjoy this and take it home. This is a large t-shirt. I've got some larges still. I didn't do very many mediums because we were struggling with selling mediums the last time we sold shirts. Nobody in our house wears medium either, so then I'm stuck. All right, let's find a color. What color shall we do? Any ideas? I got a lot of the colors. I've got red, I've got blue, I've got green. I could do black. Black would go with the periodic table, right? I might do black. Blue maybe would be the other one. Orange. Guess I should have brought my Kleenex today. I tell you what, yesterday I took Mucinex and it didn't help me whatsoever. Teal, what in the world? It's gonna be the last one I look at. Ooh, there's. What do you think? Black or blue? Black or blue? This is cadet and black, or regular black. Might go with black. Just making sure this isn't like going at an angle. My nose is starting to run, so I apologize. I apologize for my... Ooh, that is way off. Apologize for my nose and my terribly deep voice today. This seems way to the side, to be honest. All right, let me try this one again. I can't do that the second time. Like I said, the construction of t-shirts especially, and it's not great. It's hard to find good quality. I don't think this is the Gildan brand. Is that the same one? I don't think so. It's way off, like a half an inch off, so I need to move this way. Okay, the half and the half. Okay, I'm just going side to side. That's what I'm going by. Even though the center, maybe I've got that crooked. That's all I could think of. Sometimes, yeah, might do myself good by ironing these things too. That would help me maybe. All right, I think I'm going to go with black. What do you guys think? Try black. This says, I only use sarcasm with the periodic table periodically, is what it says. I only use sarcasm periodically. So I'm going to use black. Just keeping it simple so I can kind of go through. The periodic table was all black and white. So this, I think, was... Did you guys have to memorize the periodic table when you were in school? I don't think I've ever made my kids memorize it. And I've not produced any science-based kids whatsoever. So I think if I had somebody who was really into science, I might make them do the periodic table. But I figure I had to memorize it in high school. But I'm not, other than the fact that I actually took a lot of science in college, I don't think it would have been useful if I wasn't in science classes. So far, so good. I think my kids would say they didn't mind not having to memorize it. Although I do think it's important to memorize like the multiplication and addition tables. That do you think is important? Okay, checking my fingers. I think we got this. Turns out so good. And I see a little bit. It's just down here. It's not as dark as I would like. You can tell what it is, but it's just not dark. I don't know. Just sometimes the t-shirt soaks it up because this really does soak up. So sometimes, like if I've done a black t-shirt, I will often go ahead and make sure that I get that white. Sometimes I do the white twice over it just to make sure. That looks much better. The R was very light. So I just went over the periodically twice. And it looks crooked because I'm kind of pulling on it. All right, we're going to set that right there. You want to make sure you don't get the ink on anything because it will be permanent as soon as it dries. Okay, check my fingers. Good thing I did. Our ink is so nice and creamy. It's just like yogurt when you use it. I just love it. It is a different product than our chalk. So there's two different products. And we are coming out with, it's not crooked. I promise it's not crooked. It's just the way I was holding it. They are coming out with, make sure I didn't stick the sleeve in that. Etching cream. I'm so excited. We're going to be carrying etching cream. Our company sourced it for us. So they tested out all the different products. So you'll be able to get etching cream, good quality etching cream from Chalk Couture. I think it's going to be maybe August, middle of July. Not sure. Not sure I understood that part. We had a lot of new products come out. So if you're a designer and you haven't gotten to watch the videos yet, go back and watch it. Try not to go back on itself, but still fold it. Ooh. No, I have done that where I've flipped it over on itself and put ink in the wrong place or smeared it or did something. We don't want to do that. We're so close to having it done. There we go. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? I love it. I'm just going to go like this so it can dry. 24 hours. Set that there. I'm going to start running out of places here shortly. You want to make sure they're not touching each other. All right, and then I've got another gray t-shirt in a 2 extra large, and we're going to do the same thing, I think. So we're under 30 minutes. We've done 3 t-shirts, and I've been talking. So I'm taking my time. I like to take my time with ink for sure because I could really whip this out fast. But the only thing that's going to happen is I find that after a while, if I'm not taking my time and doing, just being careful about everything, then it starts to make messes. Also, whenever I'm crafting, if I start making messes, I stop. Come back another day. It doesn't need to be stressful. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. Thanks for joining me for T-shirt Tuesday. 4 o'clock Pacific time, I go live. I have kind of a stuffed up everything. I'm kind of glad I get to go live because I feel like I'm very isolated here by myself to stay home. I don't want to get anybody else sick, that's for sure. Been doing a lot of sleeping, but it does get kind of lonely after a while when you're all by yourself. My girls are, we've got swim team going and jobs going and 4-H is going. So they've been in and out and working and doing all the things without me. So I don't know what happened to my alignment tool. I have an adult one. I think I saw it fly on the floor somewhere this last week. Why wouldn't I pick it up is a good question. All right. Let's try to get this in the center. They have that mat in there so it doesn't go through. It does go through into the back side. That toddler looks bigger, doesn't it? Oh, it's the same size. The youth and the toddler are about the same size. I think the collar is the only part that's not. So I'm putting it below the neckline on, this is an adult, a very large adult. This is 2 extra large. And then just using the other one to kind of measure it. And I'm mostly using it to get the center. Hopefully I didn't grab some more, the center of the collar here. Try to get it straight, and then I have to like put my finger because sometimes I pushed it a little bit. Jeez, I keep pushing it. I'm a mess. I'm a mess because there's 2 ones. This has like, it's not a continuous ruler. It goes up from the center, 1, 2, 3. And so, all right, I'm just taping it down so it doesn't shift around on me. Because, you know, and we're going to do that sarcasm one again. I'm pretty sure. Yep. I always check before doing it again and make sure the back is pretty clean. And these are totally reusable. You can wash them under just regular water. I'm saying a lot today. Sorry. I can hear it. Okay. Need to go. Just wash it under water with one of our board erasers. Easy peasy. Reuse it anywhere from 8 to 12 times. Just really depends on how much you use them. Making sure to get the screen, because it's silk screen in there. Make sure to get the screen cleaned out. It's going to stain, like this black will totally stain it. Okay, this is the place. And to get it down, I'll have to run my fingers through that ink a little bit. It'll be okay because we're going to use the same color. But we don't want to make a mistake. And, you know, we want it to be down really good. No bubbles. Anywhere you have a bubble, that's where it's going to leak underneath. We want to just make sure it's all put down really nice and firm. And then, of course, wash our finger because that was messy. Okay, here we go. And like I said, I'm just taking my time. It's only taking me, I did this last week too. I did 4 t-shirts last week in 40 minutes. So it's kind of cool that you can get about 10 minutes a t-shirt and then figure in your time is a little bit more in heat setting it the next day. So you let it sit and dry for 24 hours. Take a piece of parchment paper and iron it for a few minutes on the highest heat you can with your iron, or you can use a heat press, whatever setting the heat press. I'm not that fancy yet. I've just been making t-shirts thinking it would be something fun to sell. And my husband gets his uniforms on metal hangers that they just throw away. They don't reuse them. So I'm going to get his metal hangers. And I think I'm going to just go ahead and hang it from my tent on the upper part. It will actually kind of hold it down if the wind comes along. We have really high winds here in our area coming off the prairie usually. Let's set this over here. Always try not to get everything in it. I'm going to set this cover on it too, just because I don't want to get a t-shirt into it. This one's bigger. It's harder to deal with. All right. Oh, I missed it. So that's how I'm going to sell them, and I'm going to sell them for $15 a piece. So if you see something you like or a size, just let me know, and I'd be happy to make you one or ship off. I probably won't be shipping off anything new until later next week. I'll have to recover from 4th of July because we have a great big event Saturday and Sunday. I'm hoping there's people there Saturday because the actual rodeo part doesn't start until Saturday night, but all day is the art in the park. All right, I think that looks pretty good. What do you think? I feel like you just watch this. It's so nice, like to be able to print it over and over and over again And probably you can use those transfers on t-shirts a lot more times than you could on other things, because it does, you know, the t-shirt, you can kind of get away with not use it being as sticky on t-shirts, to be honest. I don't know why I say that. All right, I'm gonna fold this up so it looks nice and as small as we can without putting anything on top of it. There we go. All right. Gets kind of lumpy this way, but it's okay. I'll go back when I'm ironing it. I'll go back through. Like I said, today I spent, I don't know, it didn't take me very long to sit and iron all the ones I had, and I had about 16 of them I ironed, so it went pretty quickly. All right. Can I find a place to put it? There we go. All right, we'll do this other 2 extra large, so 5, I guess, I've got out. And so I've just used 2 transfers so far out of the 4 that come with this transfer. I suppose I should do this exists loudly. There's also another one that comes with 4 transfers, is this one. I'm trying to find the name. There it is. The oldest. They have 4 different ones. I'm the youngest, I'm the oldest, I'm the favorite, I'm the middle, I'm the oldest. The oldest says, I make the rules. I'm the oldest, I make the rules. I'm the middle, I'm the reason we have rules. I'm the youngest, the rules don't apply to me, and I'm the favorite. Right? They're kind of cute. And then this was one that came out this spring. I'm not sure if it's still available. It's called Look on the Sunny Side. And so this was one I was thinking about doing You Belong Among the Wildflowers with the wildflowers. And doing either black or just white. But let's do Exist Loudly. The only thing about it is, I was thinking about, maybe we'll do Loudly. Maybe we could do this in yellow. I might. Oops. Won't leave this off yet. Get it together here. See, I got out of the pattern. I started talking about it. When I saw that these were on sale, it was at Michael's, and actually I just kind of went through and I knew that, like, I have a bunch of 3X. You see me do those because I made a bunch of t-shirts for my husband for Father's Day. And then ooh, that one kind of stuck on there. And then I was grabbing larges, extra larges, and 2 extra larges to stock up on. So that's kind of what I'm working with. It's hard because you could really spend a lot of money trying to get these on hand, not really knowing what people are going to like and whatnot. So I thought I'd just give it a start. What I have is what I have. But like I said, I was telling my husband, I would rather get them made and out for people to buy. Than have them sitting in my camper for the winter because they didn't sell. We do have a rack that we used for selling flannels, and we'll still put the flannels out, but I got to take out some of the really wintry ones. My daughter might not be happy with me. But I think it's going to be easier for people to see the fronts of the t-shirts anyway by hanging them on the tent. My tent doesn't have any sides, and last year was tragic. Last year was crazy. It was it started to thunder and lightning. I just fold them backwards on, you know, you don't want to put sticky side to sticky side or it's hard to get them apart. I fold it backwards to find the middle. That makes it easier. And this one I'm going a little bit down because I do know that this is a big t-shirt. This is a 2X. And a lot of the t-shirt companies, it was about the same price that I found it at Michael's. To be honest, it was about the same price to buy them at Michael's as it was to just go ahead and buy them, you know, at discount at Michael's, or instead of going online. And the other thing about buying them at online is a lot of the online companies require you to buy, you know, $150, $250 worth of stuff, and not that big yet. It's kind of a small a small business thing here. I just didn't want to invest. I guess I ultimately probably did because I don't know how many I got, but it was a good deal. All right, so this is my bumblebee. I've had this a while longer. You can see where it's kind of lumpy, and I hold off trying to put any water in it to thin it out for, you know, unless it stops working altogether, because I don't sometimes, I don't know, the ink is just a little more touchy, and it doesn't, when I put it on, it actually doesn't seem very lumpy, to be honest. It just is, it looks lumpier in the container than it actually is to work with. So far so good. I won't water this down quite yet. We'll wait till it's a little more dry, or just keep using yellow. But I thought yellow would be a nice color for Exist Loudly. The one I saw that I really liked was like a solid, like black on the Exist, and then they did a different color on each one of the Loudly letters. But we don't have time for that today. I don't have time for that. We're the patients, and we're just trying to get them done, right? I want to do them nicely, but I don't want to mess around with all the. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors. And a black t-shirt, actually, that's probably not as easy to do. Okay. Put that yellow under there. Try not to get ink all over. Check my fingers. All right, this one is going to be a good instance of maybe it needs a second coat. So I'm going to peel it back and take a look. Actually, it looks really nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yay. Exist Loudly. I think it looks cute. All right, this is our last t-shirt. I will hold it up for you so you can see it. I'm pretty excited. I just dumped. I have a little can that has everything little collected. Isn't that cute? That's it. I don't know if you could see. Let's see if that, there it is. You can see it's yellow. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to come back Thursday. We'll be doing Thrifty Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, I will be posting pictures of our craft fair this weekend, or art in the park, so you can see how we did, and I'll give you some updates and things like that. So make sure you do all the things. Thanks for joining me. Have a very blessed evening, and keep on crafting.